Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, so my nose started to run a little bit, so that's my signal. Time to transmute some stuff for the collective. All right. Had like sweet potatoes left over, so like I threw a cake mix in it and threw some chocolate and like mixed it up. Put some pumpkin spice in it. Did the with like vanilla. And some oats, and then threw it in the oven with some chocolate chips on top, dark chocolate chips. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So if you like, I don't know what we're gonna do with all these sweet potatoes. I suppose the holidays are over, but we had it for New Year's, so there's that. Fucking delish. What does collective need to know? It's gorgeous out today. Absolutely gorgeous. Get in hibernation. I mean, like, I live in hibernation too, but like, this is coming through from the collective. Like, just chilling at home, staying at home. Yeah, that's kind of general consensus is that everybody's like staying at home. For some of us, lockdown just never ended, okay? What? I feel like I'm talking to a major hermit here. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, again, this came in yesterday in a couple reads too. Slow movement, and that's how the kind of the planetary stuff is going right now. It's not a time to move. That's not till like the 6th. So start planning. Start thinking about it. Focusing on your resources. What kind of resources do you have? Do you have enough food? Do you have enough backup for whatever? Do you have like this, that, and the other thing stocked? Start taking inventory. Oop, another one. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I feel like we're having a deja vu a deja vu movement. Maybe let's not, because although you do have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright and the Knight of Wands in the upright, and there's the Queen of Cups underneath that, 7 of Wands, and that came out together. So okay, so maybe here you're like, okay, this feels like deep inflection here. Really thinking about stuff. I mean, like, feeling through it. I feel like this is coming up for a lot of the collective reads, is that 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I do not want to leave that kind of legacy, friends. Well, and that's just the thing, is like, people are starting to comprehend that the things that they're doing and getting paid to do are not in the collective best interest. A lot of time it hurts people rather than helps them. So I think the legacy is really being heavily looked at this year. Like, not that it's not every year, but I feel like, you know, like the self-improvement thing always comes in, because we do the self-improvement thing for the new year, so that way when we do go out into society, we're a better self, so we can make society better by default being a better self. And this is coming up as like, okay, what are we actually leaving behind for the generation that's coming after us? And I don't think we've been taking that into account, like, at all, if you ask me. Just my humble opinion. I could be totally wrong. But the only thing we seem to be able to leave behind is more trauma. And I think we're busting our ass right now to get ourselves out of that mode. Like a lot of us are, you know, or a lot of the collective, I shouldn't say us, are on pause when it comes to getting into romantic relationships, having children, whatever else. A lot of people are just putting everything on pause right now. Everything is on halt when it comes to legacy, and we are just moving forward like, what in the actual F is going on right now? Okay, with this Seven of Wands, so I just read how I read the cards. I don't read the cards the same way every time because there's a gestalt thing that I have that I take everything into account. So I take all the energies and how they're playing together. This feels to me like whatever love this is on the other side of these bars, you don't want it. And you intuitively know that. And you're like, okay, time to jump a portal. Time to jump through a portal. Get on my highest timeline here. Because I'm not going back to that because it put me in this mode. Okay, so the Seven of Wands does not feel like protection here. It feels like protection redirection rather than allowing that dude to bust through the boundaries there. Ooh, okay. So whatever that is, like you're just, I'm finished. Ten of Wands. Eight of Wands. I wonder if somebody's trying to text you and make you overburdened here. Or message you some way, like via email or something, even telepathically here with the High Priestess, and make you overburdened on purpose. Because they don't want you to create a different legacy. Because, for whatever reason, who the fuck cares? It doesn't, yeah. Severe judgment call here by the universe. Two of Wands in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. You're like, I am not investing in anything that I don't know anything about and that I don't feel confident in. And this does not make you feel confident. Okay? It's the opposite of confident. However, with the High Priestess, you know, intuitively know that ain't it. And so, like, the rejection is protection type of energy I'm getting. Can I get a few more cards on the... Oh, thanks. All right, flying out over the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Three of Pentacles. You want nothing to do with whatever energy this is. And again, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a romantical partner. It could be like a potential business mate, maybe a coworker you're doing a side gig with. Siblings. Why am I getting sibling? I don't know. Either way, it doesn't have the outcome that you desire. So you're like, eh. And that came flush out over the Seven of Wands. The Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Flush out over that. And then this kind of came out over the Knight of Wands. Because you're feeling like this is... I've got to get out of here because this isn't healing. If it's not healing me, I don't want nothing to do with it. So, and that you can really base a lot. It's either healing you or it's harming you. And it sounds really binary and black and white, but in all honesty, it's either healing or it's harming. So you're starting to comprehend that, like, you know, those energies that do not have your best interest at heart, that are going to break your boundaries and play on your heartstrings and sabotage your work life and legacy here are not it. Not it. Okay. Anything else before I get some clarification? Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, there's one more in here. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay. So this is, in this deck, it's the more healthy one with the flowers and the mind all in growth here. I feel like he's a little chained. I feel like he's chaining himself, like self-restriction here. Because maybe this was at one point a desire for you, this legacy. Why do I have to tie these two things together? This is constantly being put in my face. Just in my face. I can't ignore it. It's like huge, like it's kind of all pervasive in the read. I don't know how else to put that. Are you good? I'm freaking goofing around on there. Okay. But that's, I mean, everything else, it feels like you're good here, but this energy is just really fucking annoying. It's just fucking annoying. Like, I feel like somebody's like, I'm gonna prove this, that, and the other thing, and we're gonna do this. Yeah, Six of Swords in reverse, Nine of Cups, and the other Emperor with the stringy strings. Okay. So I feel like in your emotional sovereignty here, you see the difference. You see the difference. You see the difference. Okay? You know what kind of emperor you want to be, embody, work with, whatever. And it ain't the stringy string guy. That's basically the same fucking thing. Right? Being on one of those strings, like being in prison. Right? Right. Fine. So, you get it. You comprehend that this ain't it. Taint it. Alright, I want these two cards clarified. Can I get the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, please? Okay, Temperance. Okay, so you're being level-headed about this. This isn't like some sort of... and then, you know, you go off on a tangent. This is telling you that when you are building a legacy, the slow, subtle, gentle, relaxed, safe in the body, movement towards what flows versus what, you know, things that you have to force that are not going to sustain are, they automatically kind of drift away after that. Once you get safe in the body and you just let things flow, the discordance is so obvious. However you sense the world, the discordance I'm getting is what you are, yeah. Like, that tune doesn't sound good to me. That's not a pretty tune. It's not a happy tune. I don't want that tune. Alright, so the Seven of Wands, which I was just thinking about. Sideways, Son of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. And they all came out sideways. I don't know how to put this up there. So they came out. This was the the Knight of Pentacles was on top. Okay, so this, yeah, and you're walking away. So whoever this Seven of Wands character is on the other side of these bars, they are on the same path with the Son of Pentacles. So they are on some sort of path here, and they feel like they don't have much of a choice but to follow a particular opportunity at some point, but then they're now considering walking away, or they're watching you walk away. Yeah, Mother of Cups in the upright, which is going to make you happy. And then you got the Empress and the Father of Cups. So I think that's going to be the solution here, is one of you is going to walk away. Ooh, jeez. Then you got Ten of Cups underneath that. So, yeah, I would just let this person go here, because they have a different view of how things are supposed to play out. Okay. And you don't feel it in your system. You don't see any victory there. Can I get the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands? Because I feel like that's a portal to something. The Father of Wands. Okay, so this is heavy passion, desire. But it's paired with the High Priestess here, so it's tempered. There's temperance up here. So it's very like that slow, hot kiln burn where it gets really high temperature, but it's to melt the casting over you. Like that hot, just glowing ember burn that cannot be put out. And I feel like it's just going to light up your life. It's just going to light up your world. So you got the Wheel of Fortune here as the outcome. Okay, so let me get... Ooh, alright, fine. I was gonna say the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Fool, the Chariot in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. You know that whatever this person, situation, offer, companionship, collaboration, co-creation energy is just gonna take you out of who you are. It's gonna just rob you of your existence, basically. And thus leaving a shit like no legacy, not even a shit legacy, a no legacy. Okay, so and that oftentimes is like kind of like the subconscious undercurrent of people who just want to get stuff. They just want to go and get something. They don't care about how they get it. They don't care who they have to destroy to get it. They don't care how people respond to the whatever the heck it is. They just want to get the thing. And usually it has to do with like achieving a goal, which brings them a lot of pentacles, right? Not only a legacy, but money in the bank, more opportunities to expand that, blah 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 blah. And I don't feel like that's where you're driven to here, because you have too much intuition and sovereignty going here, and you're going more on a healing path. Like I trust the universe to bring me in exactly what it is that I need when I need it. I don't have to con people out of their cash. That's what it's starting to feel like. And if I do that, I am going to feel horrible. I'm going to step out of who I am. I'm not going to be clear. I'm going to be an idiot. I can't move forward like this. This just is not my path. Okay, so, can I get, let's get the Star in reverse. Alrighty then. The Mother of Pentacles in reverse and the Son of Swords in reverse. So not only, oh Jesus, and then you got the Hanged Man that fell out too. So you took all the perspective you needed to get here because you saw how things were harming rather than healing. And you knew that the lack of independence and see, this to me says greed. And not that getting money is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the way in which you do it and the amount that you feel like you're entitled to matters. And when you don't help the community out with that, which is what I'm getting with the healing in reverse, that says to me I'm not helping. I'm not helping the community, therefore I'm hurting it. So I'm taking not only my pentacles away, my time, attention, energy into the people that are living around me and just ignoring all of their needs so that I can keep getting more pentacles here and more connections and more people on my strings and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So what's the Emperor in? Okay. Ooh, yeah. Ah! I was like, what's the healthy Emperor look like? 10 of Pentacles with good sleep. It was really good sleep. The 9 of Swords in reverse. So you want to sleep at night is what I'm getting. You want to be mentally, emotionally stable and not feel like you are causing so much havoc in the world that you can't bear it anymore. Oofta doofta. Okay. Well, that's, I feel like we need a rose read. Let's get a rose card. What does the collective need to hear about this legacy? I'm getting play. Play. Get back to that childhood innocence where you have things that, excuse me, help you grow and thrive and whatever else. Not the gardener. 20. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. You can't expect the harvest unless you plant the right seeds and are prepared to nurture your crop. And so it is with the energies and situations around you at the moment. You can expect a good harvest if you have put in the work. If not, then you better start looking at how you can improve next time. People, relationships, and you all need multifaceted attention to grow. The gardener does not always work according to the original plans. They are prepared to change, move, and adapt in line with the seasons, events, and challenges that the world presents. Is there something you need to adapt in your world for something to grow? Meanings and uses: dedication, earth, seasons, growth, survival. Deities: Emesh, Renewit, Demeter, Ceres, and Saturn. Astrological sign is Virgo, sorry. So, bred by French botanist Julian Alexandre Cardy in France before 1835, this tea rose is named after Luxembourg Garden in Paris where Hardy worked, known locally as a Senate Garden, since it is owned by the French Senate. It was created by Marie de Medici, the widow of King Henry IV in 1612. This rose, which was expensive in its day, costing 35 francs in 1863, can attain the weight of 3.5 can attain the height of 3.5 feet. It requires full sun and is what needs well-drained, loamy soil that it's light in clay or sandy, rich with compost, well-watered, and flowers from early spring to early autumn. The animals are being weird today. They're under my chair and all over the place. Are you good? That one's horking down a bone. Yeah, so just when you're moving forward, just keep in mind that, like, you just stop, whatever you stop feeding stops growing. Okay? So don't feed it. Don't feed it. If you have to make it known that you want it to starve, then make it known. If you want to make it known that whatever they're trying to plant in your garden is not welcome or isn't going to flourish there, there's subtle ways to make that known without being rude or, whatever. And if it is a person that's intending to cause harm, because there are prison bars there, start being proactive about your own protection. Don't tell them anything about your life any longer. So keep your private life to yourself. Don't engage in any outside activities if you have to work with this person. But this just feels like that cautionary, like, don't engage, don't divulge, don't start. Because it feels like they see real potential in you. And it's almost like that fresh energy after you get finished healing and whatever else and going through whatever. Like, just keep it to yourself. Those that want my energy have to have physical permission to receive it. Okay? So just recall your energy. Just call it back. Call it all back. Cleanse it and bring it back into your system, because they're not going to do anything productive with it. Okay? And the other part is I feel like if you pretend to be this person's friend and still engage, they will sabotage whatever plans that you do have to leave a legacy. Okay? Because people are just, they can't go get things for themselves sometimes, because they don't perceive that what they want is achievable, just not how they think it should be. They try to force things in their direction and it doesn't work. So just be mindful of that. Just be aware that, like, encourage them to go in their own direction, if anything. Okay? Alright, until next time.